All right. As far as the injuries go, Ethan Downs had knee surgery, so that was from the rookie part of the camp. And then we've got a couple guys that were put on IR, he being one of them, and then John Michael was also put on IR. Norman Lott is PUP, but working hard out here with our training staff and with strength coaches. And then Delane was worked, but just no contact with him. And then Rasheed and Legarius, we had planned to get some work in, and then they went up mid-practice there and got some rehab done there. But it was all positive. It was planned, and we'll gradually ramp them up as we go. And then Pat did everything, so which is a positive there. Update on Mia. Bienemy, she's doing great. She's doing better and great from where she was out of the ICU unit and making progress. So we're happy about that. And EB's still with her, and that part's important that that's taking place. I know we didn't mention Jordan Devy, who was a part of our group here for a few years. Those things, they rip your heart out. It's a sad deal. But listen, these things happen, and his family will adjust to it. I mean, our prayers go out to them. Devastating thing, though. The stadium deal, I know Mark talked this morning. You know, you guys have got a lot of stuff here that you can write about, and then Clark's talking this afternoon. From the coach's standpoint, I think that's a beautiful thing. Getting a new stadium, I think it's great for both Kansas and Missouri. Opportunity to have one of a first-class stadium here, and with all the modern innovations that have come out in stadium building, it will be there. And so that's, I think that's a beautiful thing when it's all said and done. And I know how competitive. I mean, I coached at the University of Missouri, man. I know how competitive Missouri and Kansas are, but we're just 20 minutes away, right? It's just 20 minutes away, and keep coming, right? You keep coming when we get to that point. Other than that, time's yours.
Eric, when he was out here over the weekend, you could certainly feel his presence. And what way do you notice maybe his absence? I know you have other coaches that can rotate in.
Yeah, the other guys are, you know, that's a catch-22 answer, because you slight the coaches that are out here. But Eric's a big part of this, and so love having him here. But right now it's important that he takes care of business, and everybody knows that. So everybody's game is picked up, and they're working hard, and you know, Eric will be back soon enough to jump in there and do his thing. So, but he's got to take care of that first.
Coach, through the first 3 days in this practice, do you feel like Patrick is looking like himself in your eyes?
Yeah, he looked pretty good today, I thought. You know, strong. You see the strength in his legs, and which is important with a leg injury. You kind of look at that first, see how his feet are moving. His feet are moving well. I thought it was positive. I mean, I thought he looked well.
Andy, what are you seeing with Cyrus Allen so far, and allowing you to have this kind of good rhythm with Patrick?
Yeah, so Cyrus had a good day today with him, and I think Pat's got some trust there. You know, we got a long way to go, right? But it's we just got to keep going, keep growing.
What do you think he's demonstrated that has allowed for some of that trust?
He's got talent, obviously. He's been able to retain, plus he got a leader up here for 3 days before he got out there today. So the stuff that he was doing, he's been doing the last couple of days.
Just overall general observation for this first day, all the vets reported, how they reported, everybody looked.
Yeah, so I thought the run test was as good as it's ever been. The guys did a nice job with it. Thought they came back in good shape, and they made it through today. We're in that ramp-up process, so an hour and 25 or whatever this one was, and then you kind of start kicking it up every day, and then when they get the pads on, you back it up and you start kicking it up again. So, but the guys I thought ran around and did a nice job. I know those rookies were glad to have some long lines, and they got the grunt of it with all the heat.
How much will having a guy like Kenneth Walker change the game plan aspect, the run game, and what you want to do offensively?
Yeah, I thought he looked good today. He's working through everything. Smart kid, very diligent, wants to know everything. So, and he's talented, and that's kind of a good combination. So it's just a matter of him feeling comfortable with everything, and you don't do a lot of run game in this type of camp. You don't do where you're in no pads and in OTAs. So it'll be good to get the pads on where he can work on that a little bit more. But in the past game, he's been working like crazy.
How much do you change what you want to do based on his skill set?
I think we're probably going to run every down.
Hey, Andy, you said hopefully he'd be back sooner rather than later. Do you have any better grasp of when you guys might get him back?
No. I just want to make sure she's taken care of, and Eric Jr. too. So that, and he's got the other part of that he's got to sort out. So just let him take care of that. We stay in touch with him and keep him abreast of everything that's going on. He's got the tape he can watch in his whatever spare time he's got there.
Coach, how important of a camp is it for Jalen Royals, and what does he have to do to maybe take some next steps?
Yeah, well, he's got a good feel for the game. He's just got to keep on with the reps and make sure he's got a good relationship there with Pat and keeps developing that.
Hey, Coach, you guys are kind of entering a period of change with the first losing season since 2012. How do you navigate this period of change while embracing the culture of rookies and new additions?
Yeah, so listen, every year is different in the NFL. So we're not worried about what went on before. We're worried about right now and taking care of business there. And so that's where our focus is. And in the National Football League, man, everybody's given an opportunity to do well, and we're no different. So let's take advantage of that and work our tail off and get a nice foundation right now so we can go forward.
Bolton's entering his 6th year. How will this year be different, or will it be?
I missed what you said there.
Nick Bolton entering his 6th year.
Okay.
How will this year be different, or will it be?
Yeah, listen, Nick's got first of all, he's had a phenomenal 5 years here. So, and I wouldn't imagine it's any different. He's got full grasp of Spags' defense. He's kind of his quarterback out there, as you'd say, with that middle linebacker position. He's got to be the transmitter between the back end and the front end and everything else there. So he, but I know he's in great shape, and he fights that just a little bit because he's got to keep his weight up and to play. And there's a real balance there. And sometimes it takes guys a little bit to get used to exactly where that sweet spot is. And he's been there the last couple years with that, and it looks like he's in great shape right now.
Matt, Derek?
Coach, with Patrick with his recovery and that when you get him out on the field now at this point, are there things that you see that, you can work with him and talk to him, but just based on your experience of guys coming back from injuries before, that you kind of see him coming into those same patterns and characteristics and how they kind of break through them?
Yeah. So, I'm obviously keeping a close eye on him. I'm not the doctor, but I'm keeping a close eye on the small things technique-wise. But he's prepared for those things, and Julie has done a great job with him with his rehab of really giving him opportunities to push off, and whether it's lateral or straight ahead, to make sure he can escape as needed. He's got good strength. He made good strength through the practices he's been in, where he can still bend and throw, and he trusts the leg to drive on it. So I think those are all important things. But I stand right behind him, so we talk. Yeah.
Last two, Steve and then Neil. What's he?
Coach, day one of year 14 for Travis. Does it surprise you at all that he's still out there doing what he's doing?
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Yeah, it looked pretty good. Yeah, he stayed in shape. He did a lot of dancing at his wedding.
Coach, you stole my question, but I'll ask you, what's it mean to have a guy like that who's been around, who's a leader that people can look to? He's a good leader.
Yeah, tremendously. Well, you're talking about Kels? Yeah, no, he's a great leader, and he works so hard, and he wants to be in there. For a young guy to look at that, and then it's hard for them to make an excuse to take a rep off because he's out there going, and if they try to get sneaky, he yanks them back in there, so makes them go. So that's always good to have.
Okay, thanks.
All right, good. Yep, thank you.
What's up, man? With the transition on the defense, just how are you trying to get all these guys organized as the green dot, especially the linebacker core, transitions here as well. Just getting it all organized, how's that been?
Yeah, I think we kind of a lot of turnover on defense. Our room was kind of been a little bit less, other than we lost Leo, obviously. But having a group of guys that kind of come in and every single day put their best foot forward, helping the young guys out. I'm having some vet guys like Sneed, Chris, myself, Drew, Aloy as well. Just having some vet guys that's been there helps me out along the way, helps Spags out, relaying information. And obviously we're just laying the groundwork right now, trying to lay the foundation and give us a chance to compete. I think the young guys did a good job of during OTAs of absorbing knowledge, retaining it, and coming out here on the very first day, minimizing mental errors and going out there and just executing the game plan. Yeah, a lot of different guys. Obviously, I just watched some of our early draft picks, just kind of see what those guys do well, what's the things they excel in, things that I feel like they could work on a little bit. R. Mason, Delane, Peter Woods, all those guys just added different things to our defense. R. Mason obviously is accelerating off the ball. Good bend. Delane's a smart guy, good cover guy, good line of scrimmage, able to read concepts well, and it's going to help us out a lot. And obviously Peter Woods he can do a little bit of everything, man. Stop the run, got good pass rush, and all that type of stuff. So every single day I'm just kind of trying to see what guys do well, see if I can help them out, and the things they don't do well, trying to figure out I can make it easier for them.
How hard is it to replace Leo, considering he did so much?
Yeah, you're never going to replace that guy with one person, man. The energy he has on the team, in the building, also on the football field. You see his effort on field goal block, but on defensive plays. He goes and plays 3-tech for us sometimes. He blitzes, plays some little coverage, a little bit of everything. So special teams as well. So it's going to be all hands on deck, man. I think they're trying to find guys that can mimic things he does well, but obviously he's a great player for us.
Nick, you mentioned a lot of the new faces, a bunch of new guys in the back end. How important is this time for just the communication aspect?
Yeah, I think that's what this whole training camp is about. Just communication, learning front work, everybody speaking the same language, everybody seeing the same things the same way. So everybody goes out there on Sundays and execute. So I think that's just the whole camp, man. We're just every day new challenges, put new things in, take things out, change communication verbiage. So everybody's just retaining things and changing as we go.
Hey, what have you seen in the development and the growth of Cooper McDonald in the past year from an undrafted guy and then now maybe a guy who is going to be competing for maybe a starting spot?
Yeah, man, I just see his confidence. This biggest thing, when he first came in, he was unsure of himself, where he fit, if he could belong in this league. And then as games progressed and seasons and years kept going, you can see his confidence growing. We always say, like, bring your own swagger, things you do well, but you can see, like, he brings his little things. He pass rush a little bit, he can play the run, set the edge. So you kind of see what guys' flavor when they bring in their personality and have a little confidence to themselves. So I think that's probably the biggest thing I've seen.
Yeah, but we mentioned in the offseason just how difficult it was to grasp everything Steve wants to do. I guess, how far have you seen him come along, even throughout the offseason and out there today?
Yeah, I think he did a great job, even when he wasn't playing last year, of retaining information and learning, asking Leo questions and stuff like that when he was behind him. And I think that's kind of helped him out along the way. Now he's just obviously got me and Drew and Coach BD and Coach House as well in his ear and kind of giving him some information. But just retaining information and not going backwards, I think it's kind of helped him up and set him up for the best success.
Yeah, Travis slid in between you and Drew for a nice catch in there. What did you see on that play? But also, how does that speak to sort of what condition you see him in as he's come back from this camp?
Yeah, obviously, Travis is a great player. He's going to beat him every single day. We're in a man coverage. We're in an out route, 7 route. So he's able to find a hole in between two guys. We try to play deep to short, make it a little bit contested. Pat did a good job throwing it back shoulder in between the two defenders to make the catch. But yeah, it's just what he does. He's been doing it for a long time. Those two guys, man, they're just like on a string. So you got to make sure you do a little bit better in communication and coverage.
Does he pretty fresh to you?
Absolutely. I think this is probably the first time having a little bit extended time in the off season, so I think he took a great advantage of that and taking care of his body.
What does it mean to be in the Zoo Hall of Fame? We got that news from Matt Reed in the offseason.
Yeah, it's super special. A kid coming from Texas. Coach Odom took a chance on me. I was offered about 2 weeks before signing day, so I told him, man to man, I'm going to give you everything I got to this program for giving me a chance. And looking back on it, what is it, about 9 years ago from on the first day in the building. So, yeah, man, super proud to be a true son of the University of Missouri. This place has been my home, allowed me to be myself, allowed me to grow into my own and grow into a man. So, yeah, man, I was super excited. It surprised me. I made a joke. I was looking for an old guy when he first talked about it, walking up. But, yeah, I was super proud to be one of those guys.
I want to get back to you went in with Andy Hill and Drew Lock now in that class too.
Yeah, I had this thing where Drew Lock was actually a TA in one of my summer classes my first year there. And so one of my goals, I had like a PowerPoint, whatever, and one of my goals I wanted to be in the Hall of Fame. And so having him and Coach Hill going in, man, super special. Those guys were there. I only played special teams my freshman year. So playing underneath Coach Hill, and then Drew Lock was the quarterback, and I saw him break Peyton Manning's record. So all that stuff, man, super cool to be a part of it, man. Yeah, it's a true 180 for real.
When you think of that journey of where you were, but when you think of that journey where you were when you were a kid, stepping on campus to where you are now, I mean, just speak about what that journey's been like for you to where you've gotten since then.
Yeah, man, I came a kid, just kind of didn't really know my place. I made a joke about just being a short, fat kid, about 5'10", about 258. It's a kind of chubby guy, so just trying to find my way, trying to figure out what I wanted to be, how I wanted to be, kind of who I wanted to grow up to be. So throughout the years, man, just every single day, just trying to put my best foot forward and trying to figure out what I wanted to do in my life. And if football was my thing or not, I didn't know if I was going to play or not. I didn't play till midway through my first year. So, yeah, I think it's been a long journey. I think it's been super rewarding. And, yeah, just happy I took the chance to come to Missouri.
Last one, please.
Nick, we're about to get a Lowy. How far has he come since the offseason?
Yeah, I think he's been tremendous. Obviously, we saw him come from, I think, the Chargers to the Ravens midseason and able to go out there and produce. And he run that nod into a similar scheme, so he's able to kind of pick up things super quick, super cerebral guy, able to communicate well, get guys lined up, and then also on the sidelines, able to make adjustments and things he saw and communicate things. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing that he brings to our team, man, is just a super smart guy, being able to relay information, and that's super big in SPAG's scheme.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep, thank you.
What's up, everyone?
Lowy Gilman, you go for Lowy. For you.
You're transitioning with this new defense along a lot of other new players like yourself. How's this transition been with these new guys, getting up to Spagnuolo's defense, trying to learn everything to make sure that you, as a leader and a vet, can help them out?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this offseason was great for me to be around the guys, get my feet wet with the system. The coaches here are great. They're phenomenal. I've never been around this steady of a group, coaching-wise, who has this much experience and wisdom. So the connection is there easily where they're able to get all the answers and questions that I have, which is a lot, taken care of. But the group has been great. Young group, very different group in terms of personality. So just trying to get with them, and I had a good offseason with them and a little bit more comfortable now. So I just look forward to this camp and just coming together as a unit.
When we talked to you in the offseason, you kind of were honest in saying it's annoying you that you would make mistakes. I guess, do you feel like you're even further now than where you were at that point?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm a lot more comfortable. Still got a lot of work to grow and continue to learn here, but feel much better, more comfortable in the system. A lot of that has to do with just the chemistry as well with the guys, and that's coming along well. So it's been a good start.
What are some of the things you've done to build chemistry since you got so many different personalities, like you said, different players from different places?
Yeah, I mean, just this group is a little bit more quiet than other DB personalities that I've been around. So it's been a little bit harder to get the shell out of them a little more. So I would take them out to dinner every week during OTAs, take them out, we go hang out, just little stuff like that. And they're a great group. Like, I love every single one of them. They've welcomed me with open arms, and just hard workers, just straight to the point. Kind of like me, kind of a no nonsense, just get to work and let's get after it kind of people. So
you consider yourself a vocal leader?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of have to be. I've evolved in that as well as a player. I wouldn't say I'm the loudest, but I feel like when I speak, my words mean a lot, and try to be as genuine as possible, and be a friend, be a brother, and that's kind of how I approach it.
We'll go Sam, then Nate. Lloyd, when you
said, talking with the coach in the offseason, questions, are you like peppering them with questions even during the break? Or?
Yeah, I mean, every chance I got, I was trying to get an answer question. I'd meet with coaches before or after, call them late at night. It was as much as I could to learn, because Coach Spags expects a lot out of us, and I got a lot of work to go, and I've came a long way, but also got a big jump ahead that I'm going to take.
Is that just a result of you're in your playbook and something pops in your mind, or you're watching film?
100%, all the above. Just trying to figure out every way to learn and to be the best that I can.
What do you want to get most from yourself out of this training camp to prepare yourself for a new role?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that you could pick there. I think for me is how can I be my best self in terms of my role in this defense and being able to maximize that, as well as how can I make the guys around me better. And I got a lot of experience in being around different sets of teams and of units. So, you know, I feel like I'm in a good spot, and I feel like we've took a great first step and look forward to the rest.
Well, you said something that stood out. The DBs in the room were a lot more quiet than you're used to. I've known DBs to be, you know, outspoken. Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I personally think just like they bring in the right people here. The department staff, the culture here is set, so they want certain type of guys here, and the trajectory of where they want them to be at has been phenomenal here. So, you know, I just think they bring like-minded people here, and that's kind of how have done it here, and I respect it, and obviously they had a lot of success, and I look forward to being a part of that.
Well, a couple more.
When you went out with those guys, do you have a favorite memory when you took the DBs out once a week? Do you have a favorite memory or something that stood out from those?
Nothing crazy. No, nothing crazy. Just getting to know them more as people outside of the building. Guys have different things and different journeys. I like talk to them about. They're all NIL babies, most of them. So like I didn't have the NIL. I was living off of FAFSA checks, and I thought I was rich still. So like I would talk about that, and they're like, "Dang, FAFSA, what is that?" So like just stuff like that. Like, so you know, they're all NIL babies. They got a whole bunch of money. I was trying to buy a burger for Five Guys.
Wrap up here. Kyle Hamilton said you've been his biggest influence in football. He was going to quit football and everything, but you didn't let him. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was a senior. He was a young, talented freshman coming in, kind of just growing in his space. And, you know, it got hard. You know, football is a tough business. It's a tough sport. So me being as a friend and a teammate, wanted to make sure, you know, a guy like that with that much potential, like, you got to believe in yourself. You got to let things go, and you just got to play. And as you can see, you know, he's one of the top guys. So that's my guy, and hopefully I can continue to be that guy for anyone else in the building. And I'm grateful to just be in this position.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, we'll have to roll a little quick here, but fire away for Ken.
You're well known for being just such a patient runner. Is that something that you learn and develop? Is it natural, and how do you feel like it's going to help you fit into this offense?
Yeah, I just believe over the years, you know, running the ball since growing up, and just working with my pops, just seeing the defense is, I believe that's how I really learned how to be patient or, you know, explosive. It just depends on what the play is, honestly. And would you ask for the second question?
And yeah, is that something you feel like really feels like fits into this offense that you can add something to?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that helps the O-line. You know, sometimes you got to be fast, but others you got to be patient and, you know, let the blocks develop and just hit the hole.
You think you could make in the passing game as a receiver and even just staying in on third down and blocking?
Honestly, I believe I can make a positive impact on anything. You know, whatever they need me to do, that's what I'm gonna do.
And it's your first football impression of the Chiefs training camp. What have you heard? What have you learned about OTAs process?
First what? Sorry, what is that?
What have you learned about training camp? You've heard about it, obviously, but your first experience here, what do you think of everything that goes along?
Yeah, definitely. Today was more of a chill day, you know, acclimation period, getting used to everything. But, you know, I already heard the things about how hard it'll be, how hot it'll be out here. But, you know, I feel like that's going to get us ready for the season and the games.
What's impressed you most about seeing Patrick from maybe day one of OTAs, to even what you're seeing right now?
Just the leader he is. You know, we already know he's a great player. You know, I see why he's a great player because the way he practices, the way he leads the team, and you know the energy that he brings every day.
When we had ended up here in Appreciate as a leader, I guess why is that important to you to make sure that all the running backs are in order and feel like they have confidence?
All the running backs, what?
Why is that important to you to sort of mold the younger guys and just make sure that they have confidence?
Yeah, definitely. We don't want it to be a drop-off anywhere. You know, if, you know, my helmet gets messed up or something, I come out of the game, or Amari comes out of the game, we want everybody to be able to produce just like the first person. So I believe that's why it's good to have everybody on point.
And you seem to tour Kansas City almost in your time here. What's really stood out to you?
Really the barbecue, obviously. You know, that's what they talk about the most, so that's what I really want to try. The barbecue, obviously, meeting the people around here, you know how the fans are, and, you know, they're really dedicated to the sport, so it's great to see that.
You don't have to name a restaurant, but what about pulled pork, ribs, burnt ends? What's your favorite barbecue?
I'll say I like ribs. That's what I've liked since growing up, so I'd say ribs for sure.
You're coming off a Super Bowl year. The Chiefs obviously didn't have a year that they wanted last year. Can you feel that in the building and you kind of bridge that gap?
Yeah, definitely. You know, they want to win, you know, and they've won many Super Bowls before, so definitely you see the work ethic that's going on around here. Everybody wants to compete and win, and, you know, we'll go out there and see how we play this season.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.